Hello! So today I am going to be doing a Savannah, Georgia travel vlog. I kind of forgot that I filmed this and I went there in April, but here we go. Savannah is honestly one of the only places I've ever been to where I felt so sad that I couldn't be there forever, and I wanted to live there before I went there too. I feel like I've just gone through like every way in my mind that I could possibly move to Savannah, and like none of them really work out. I work in design, and the city has like one of the biggest design colleges in America, and I think in like the world even. So there's like no way I could get a job there. There's like no way they have like design positions that aren't like filled immediately there. And then I'm like, maybe I could go to like grad school there, but then the tuition is like 30 grand a year or something, to where I'd be in like debt forever, so it's probably not worth it. There also recently was a show that came out. It's called First Kill, and it's on Netflix, and it's a show about a lesbian vampire that falls in love with a lesbian vampire killer, and it takes place in Savannah. And this just came out, I think this came out like after I went there, or at least I watched it after I went there, and I'm like, that is such a perfect place for a lesbian vampire. Like, they chose the right city. Like, where else would a lesbian vampire be? One time I saw a Reddit post about Savannah. It said that they had like a higher than average suicide rate, and that is like the only thing that like keeps me going through my Savannah trip. Is I was like, well, you know, maybe if I was here, I would kill myself. So at least I'm not. I also went other places on my vacation. I only spent like half a day in Savannah, and the rest of my time we went to other places in Georgia that I feel like, why didn't we just go to Savannah for the whole trip? We were there for like a week, and like one of the days we went to see alligators. We are from Florida, the alligator capital of the world, and we went to see alligators. That is like living in Target and going on vacation to the dollar store. I was so upset that I could not spend more time in Savannah, but I also probably would have cried. I have a dairy intolerance, and recently I've decided that I am brave enough to ask restaurants and stuff, like for like the oat milk and stuff. But at this time, back in April, I was not brave enough. And so during this trip, I couldn't microdose on dairy, because that is how I would keep the dairy like tolerance to where I could eat like a little bit of dairy. Because if I just went like a week without dairy, then I literally could not have any dairy at all without just like immediately getting super sick. And so I went on this vacation, and every day I was not eating dairy, and I like couldn't get my little microdose of dairy every day, and I was like freaking out in my mind, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to eat dairy again. And so then we went to Savannah, because we were on like an island off of Georgia, so I had like no restaurant options, so I had like nothing really that I could get that had dairy in it. But then when we went to Civilization in Savannah, I was like, I can get my dairy now, and I got Alfredo, and that was not good to get a whole Alfredo after being off dairy for like 4 days, and my tummy hurt really bad, and I'm honestly surprised I wasn't more sick than I was. But yes, my tummy hurt really bad. But anyways, that is my trip to Savannah. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I will post more. You guys should bully me into posting more. I've been a little busy, I guess. Not busy enough to be like as posting as little as I am now. But goodbye.